Alright, and welcome back to another This Week in Destiny. We're going to be looking at today's post that was released just an hour ago. And this one focuses on Into the Light, which starts on April the 9th. And it talks about a showcase that they're going to be doing on March 19th, which is next Tuesday. This also sees the release of the Ghostbuster items coming into the item shop next week. If you do want to tune into this live stream, you're going to get this cool emblem. So you can get this emblem for watching 30 minutes, and you can get this Echo Diamond emblem for watching for 2 hours. Just make sure you link your Twitch profile with your Bungie ID, and you'll be able to get those emblems. They look quite nice. I think I might be running the green one over the red one. I prefer the green. So make sure you tune Into the Light, as that'll be our first look at the showcase and some extra content that's coming to the game just before the final shape gets running. Moving down the TWAB though, we have this section which is making enhanced traits more obtainable, which is really exciting because we're looking at some of these weapons becoming enhanceable when the final shape releases on June 4th. So some of the weapons here are the Prophet that was introduced with the March 5th update, the Summoner, the Tusk of the Ball Grenade Launcher, the Multi-Mac, Wild Style, Slammer, so on, or the Prophecy new weapons and the Guardian Games weapons. So if we go over to look at these enhanced perks, we'll be looking at what perks you should be trying to get on these guns so that when the final shape rolls around you'll be able to get them enhanced. So starting off with the Trials weapons, we have the Summoner. Now to make these enhanced, the best perks you want on them, I would prefer Onslaught in the second column and Perpetual Motion in the first column. And this is more for a PvP look. If you want a more PvE weapon, I'm not really sure what the perks are. However, you may want Target Lock Overflow. But for PvP, I would recommend maybe Onslaught Perpetual Motion, maybe Zen Moment in the first column, or Dynamic Sway. If you're on Controller, I know Dynamic Sway is pretty good. So make sure you're playing Trials if you want this role, and you can get it enhanced when the final shape comes out. Moving on to the Prophet. This gun is already making some waves with the crazy 2-tap build. So you want Kill Clip in the second column, but in the first column, it's really open to interpretation. You could get Outlaw, you could get Rapid Hit, you could get Keep Away if you want to get these reloads going faster. But this gun's already really good in PvP, so making Kill Clip enhanced in the final shape just makes it better. So there's no reason not to do this if you are playing Trials. Just keep these good rolls around. The next one we're going to be looking at is the Adjudicator. Now this comes from Prophecy. This gun is really good in PvP again, with roles like Perpetual Motion, Fragile Focus, or maybe Dynamic Sway and Onslaught, maybe Perpetual Onslaught. This gun is just amazing in PvP. It's got basically no recoil. It's amazing to use. And Onslaught Enhanced is just going to make it even better. However, this video is all being made about because of the Slammer. The Slammer is one of the new weapons in the Nightfall rewards. It comes out next week with the showcase for Into the Light and the Ghostbuster drop. So make sure you're doing Nightfalls. But the reason you should be doing Nightfalls is because this sword can drop with Eager Edge. Now this didn't matter that much about a week ago when this was revealed to us. However, now that we know that we can make this perk enhanced, we now have another sword that can have enhanced Eager Edge that isn't one of the two swords that came out with the 30th anniversary, that being Half Truths and the other half. So this means if you want a sword that has a different look, or maybe you want it because it has Cold Steel instead of Relentless Strikes, this sword is going to be really good to go for because you can get Enhanced Eager Edge, and in the second column you can get a Cold Steel, which powered hits slow targets, which is really good against overload champions because slow stuns overloads. However, if you're not looking for just stun overloads, maybe you don't want Cold Steel, Demo might be really good if you want to get your grenades back faster, or like bait and switch maybe if you can do some rotations, but this is a vortex frame, so bait and switch on vortex frames isn't that great because vortexes don't do a lot of damage. So I'd recommend going for Cold Steel in the second column and Eager Edge in the first column, but I would 100% recommend jumping into some Nightfalls, either GMs if you want the Adept version, or just Master Nightfalls. Make sure you get this roll and hold on to it, because this roll is going to be great when the final shape comes, because we're going to have a new Eager Edge sword. That's amazing, because this is our third sword. We're finally getting a new sword. It's been years that has Eager Edge. Moving on though to our final weapon that I want to talk about is Tusk of the Boar. Now Tusk of the Boar has some really interesting perks on it, like Discord in the second column. Now if this works the way we think it will work, if you hit so many targets, you'll just get ammo out of thin air. As you can, under the community research, it says refills 10% of the magazine from thin air. Refill amount is rounded up. So if Discord, the deconstruct, sorry, works how we think it will work, you just get infinite ammo with this grenade launcher. However, this does require you to farm Iron Banner to get this drop, so I wish you all the best if you are farming Iron Banner. But this gun could be really good. Maybe you don't want deconstruct though, so in the second column maybe you want chain reaction instead. Chain reaction's great. I mean, we use it on forbearance all the time. It's proven to be a great perk. And remember that these perks are going to be able to be enhanced. So enhanced deconstruct for this gun could be really great depending on if it works as we think it's going to work. Or even so, just chain reaction is pretty good. Hatchling isn't very good because the threadlings don't do a lot of damage. Bait and switch won't be very good because this is a wave frame. Swashbuckler is not very good, and Vorpal for the wave frame just doesn't really matter. So you're really looking for chain reaction or deconstruct, and then in the first column, you are looking for like slice, maybe slideways. Remember, Envious isn't that great because this is the wave frame that you're going to be getting all the kills with, and Envious requires you to get kills with other weapons. So Envious isn't that great. Maybe Enlightened Action, because then you can just get 100 reload speed nice and quickly. So maybe you want to run Enlightened Action or Slice, but what I think Enlightened Action and Chain Reaction or Deconstruct is going to be the perks you want. And then being able to enhance these perks will just make this gun even better when the final shape rolls around, so you can go into the Pale Heart and just kill everything in there just with this one wave frame. Especially if Deconstruct does work the way we want to, and then you just have infinite ammo. But yeah, that is this part of the TWAB talking about enhanced perks coming into the game with the final shape, which is really nice. Moving on, let's have a look at the Guardian game standings. So Hunters winning, yep. So it looks like Hunters are doing pretty good in Guardian games. Well done to the Hunters, I guess. I don't know how many people are doing Guardian games, but if you are, maybe if you're a Warlock, let's try and go further and try and beat the Hunters. It looks like Hunters might have this one in the bag though. We got some medals and then some finally just some wallpapers for Guardian Games themed. So if you want to have a Guardian Games themed wallpaper, you just come to the TWID and just grab it off here. And there's also some social banners below. And then the final part is just about Fireteam Finder. You can use a web version of Fireteam Finder starting on March 19th. So you can use this on your, instead of going through the game, you might be go through on your phone instead, and you can find fire teams that way. But that is the TWAB for this week. Again, the major thing is these enhanced perks coming with the final shape. So just a reminder, make sure you hop into Nightfalls the week starting March 19th to get this Vortex Frame Sword, get it with Eager Edge, and then when the final shape comes around, you can enhance that Eager Edge, and you'll have the same lunge distance as your other half, which is probably level 600 because you use it in all content. But thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all later.